Good morning. We got to fix planter. Well, planter monitor. Figure out what's going on with that. So I'm getting everything ready to go. Brock is back at the farm. He's going to take the red truck down. We got to take fuel in there. We're going to take, and I got all the other monitors and stuff that we might need put in that. And I'm just switching trucks down here. I'm going to grab my Chevy, take that down since I got that plot seat in the back of it. Please work, please work, please work. Come on, please just work. Please work, please work, please work. No. Oh, I can't swear on YouTube. Oh, dang it. Look, 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 look. Look, it's a planter monitor. I think I might have it. So I swapped displays. I pulled the one out of the sprayer and put it in here. And then I had to go in and remove all the controllers and let it reload, and it worked. So what I'm going to attempt to do now is turn it off, plug the other display back in, and see if it pulls up on that one, because the one that's on now doesn't have the right auto track activation to run RTK, which means I can't use Autosteer with this display at the moment, and that's a problem. So, but that's fixable if I have to. Okay, bad news. That did not work on that other display, the original one, to the tractor. So I attempted to export all of the data off of it onto a USB stick there, and it failed. So I think there's something corrupt in the data, or we got too much crap on there. And so I have one farm I think I'm going to lose some data on. Everything else has already been done wirelessly. It automatically uploaded, but there was one field that for some reason didn't, and I'm starting to wonder if there's something corrupt in that file. So I'm removing all information off the display. We'll re-import a new setup file, and we'll try that and see if that works. Otherwise, we'll just put this one in, and we'll have to figure out how to upgrade our auto track activation. I think it's like a $250 upgrade, and it'll work. Okay, this has taken way too long, but we're making some progress here. So I have got a planter monitor. Everything is going to work here. I was trying to get some I switched the display. So this is the display that we did have in the sprayer that I brought down this morning. I don't know why the one that was in here yesterday won't work. I can't figure it out. But whatever, it's working. The problem here is this display they have activations on it, and this one has what they call an Autotrack SF1 activation. And this is from years and years ago, like 10 years ago, when John Deere sold the accuracy, basically how accurate your guidance lines were, was partially based on the displays. Here, I don't know, 5-8 years ago, they switched to it being all part of the activations that are on the GPS receiver and not the displays. And so they went to this just straight auto track activation. Well, we bought this display before that happened, and so we don't have an auto track activation. We have an auto track SF1 activation, which means it won't work with the RTK GPS receiver that I have, which is a pain. So I called up to the dealer. They're going to figure out what I got to do, but I think it costs like $300, 250, 350, something like that, to upgrade it to this straight auto track activation. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I did get the sprayer data downloaded off of this display onto one of them USB sticks, so I don't think I lost anything there, which is good. And we are finally ready to start planting. Okay, well, we've got seed going in the ground, which is a positive, but boy, am I frustrated because of that. So my fertilizer won't adjust now, and I don't know why. I don't know what the heck is going on here, but my fertilizer is telling it to put 16 gallons to the acre on. It's putting 37 on, and it's telling me that it's an under application at the maximum setting. You're not under applying. Adjust down. Like, I don't understand. What is going on here? Something's clearly not right somewhere. So there is a way to manually lock that pump into place so it just doesn't variable rate. So we're gonna see if we can't figure out how to do that once we get up to the end of the field here, because I can't be putting on double or more what I'm supposed to. And if I go too fast with it putting on that high of a rate, it bumps the pressure up so high. Look at that, we're running almost 100 pounds of pressure. We can't be doing that. It doesn't like that. So we gotta go slow, and yeah, I don't like going slow. This is getting sort of frustrating. On the bright side, the planter is working about flawlessly here. Those are spectacular numbers. We're planting. It's been a morning. It is 10:30. We've covered all of forget, I don't even know. 10 acres, no, not even 10 acres. 8 acres maybe. But we're planting. All right, this planter monitor is driving me crazy. Like, for real crazy. So I've unplugged some stuff to lock it into place so that it's working correctly, but now the monitor is yelling at me because it's not working right, or it doesn't think that it's working right, and it's gonna make me crazy. I'm literally gonna go crazy here. So I was just on the phone with the dealer, and I'm trying to figure out if there was a way to just disable it. It doesn't sound like there is, so he was gonna have their service guy call me, and they may have to send somebody out, which I hate, but I can't listen to this all day. On the bright side, we are actually getting something in the ground. It is working. So that is good. For real. I did find the volume button and turn that all the way down, so that's somewhat helpful, but oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. Okay, things are going slightly better, but I noticed we got a problem right here. Fertilizer wheel is hanging low. We broke a bolt. How about that? I caught it real quick too, because normally you don't find the bolt. So I'm gonna go see if we can find one real quick and throw in there. That's a pretty minor, easy fix. All right. Well, that bolt's too long, but it'll work. Well, after a rough start, progress is being made. We're covering a little bit of ground. I've got, what do I got here? Almost 46, almost 47 acres done in this field. We got about 28 to go here. It's still yelling at me at least once or twice every pass, but it's not as unbearable as it was. So the John Deere tech is supposed to stop out here, but they said it was going to be after 1 o'clock, and it's only 12:30 now, so I expect him here in a little bit. We'll probably put that gear back on and unlock that pump and see what happens. I may also, I brought this other display, the one that wasn't working, so that he can see if he can figure out what's going on with that too. I have a feeling these problems are related, and it's something on the planter. I just don't know what. In the little bit of Google research that I did last night and this morning, one person had suggested a CAN terminator on the planter. So these planters and all this equipment runs on a CAN bus network, and it's way above my pay grade and knowledge of how it all works, but you have to have a terminator on it to terminate the CAN messages, something, and those can go bad. I would think I'd be having all kinds more problems if that was the case, but somebody said to try that. And then when I talked to the dealer this morning, they said that there's a relay down here that can go bad. That may be the issue. Either of those are cheap, easy fixes, so that'd be great if that was the case. I just have my doubts. All right, let's figure this out. All right, well, we have established that there is a problem. Not necessarily what the problem is, but I also finished this field, so we're gonna pull up to the fertilizer tank over there, get the fertilizer off of that so Dad can get back to Waldron and reload for us, and then we're gonna mess around with diagnosing our issues. All right, well, we tried a few different things. We adjusted this speed sensor. So the way that this system works is that this motor here spins this big gear, and that changes the displacement and the stroke of the piston pump that's in there to change how much fertilizer it puts out with every rotation of the contact tire here. And so we thought maybe the speed sensor wasn't reading right because it needs to know how fast it's turning, and there's another sensor for the position of the pump, and then there's the motor, and if they're not all right, then it would be off. We've tested all of them kind of individually. It's not right. It's still seeing that it's applying what it is applying, like it's reading out correctly. It's just, it's over applying and it's not correcting itself. It's not bringing the rate back down like it's supposed to. So he's gonna make some phone calls and get on the computer and see if they can diagnose anything while I fold up and head to the next field, and he's gonna meet us over there. And we may have made some progress. Okay. This position was negative. We don't want that to be negative. I was wrong. We were not making progress. Same issue. Haven't figured anything out yet. It's over applying. It knows it's over applying, and it says that it's under applying and trying to increase the rate. And don't know what's going on. So Deer Dealer Tech it's still yelling at me. He's trying to figure out a way to make it stop doing that with it locked in position so that we can at least plant and be done with it, and then they can keep looking into what's going on that's causing the issue to start with. So we're moving. We're going to keep planting here. There's about 100 acres in this field that we are going to get done tonight. What time is it? 3:30. Yeah, that won't be too bad. 5 hours. That only puts us at 8:30. So we may do the next 40 after that. Heck, I don't know. We'll see how far we get here, but we are moving, which is good. So I am working on some end rows here. This field is we've got this little bit of an L shape here, and these rows where we're at are about 1/4 mile. Nice, flat, even, good dirt through here. This is where I'm thinking about putting that plot in. So we're gonna do the end rows and a couple passes along that side, work across here, and then we're probably gonna skip over, be 5 planter passes, would be 10 entries in a plot. So, and then we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm not gonna take the time to do a plot today. All right, well, he is off. We didn't figure anything out really. There's a rock. But it's not yelling at me too much. It probably will now that I said that. So we're running and it's not terribly annoying. Thank God. Okay, you guys see how this stripe has got a little green, a little more weeds here? And you see how it's kind of patchy all the way across there? Kind of, you can see through my dirt. But there's spots where the weeds are worse than others. I have a theory here. So 2 years ago in 2019, we had corn in this field. And it was so wet when we planted it that spring that I had to go around a lot of spots. I bet it was all these spots where the weeds are. And we're seeing the effects of that 2 years later because it didn't have any cover. And so the weeds grew that summer, created a seed bank, and now they're all growing. The herbicide will take care of them, but that's how important it is to maintain that control all the time. Well, we are moving and we're almost out of seed, which is finally, I mean, I put a box in this morning. It's almost 5 o'clock and we're just now using it up. So we should have gotten roughly 35 to 38 acres out of this field. The seed that was in the planter in this field, we're at a little bit over 30 and the low tank warning light just came on. Usually can get 5 acres once it does, so we're good. We may have to even them out just a little bit. They looks like there's more in that tank than that one, so, but it's not much. Yeah, I definitely missed a little bit. Somebody asked me how I even them out. Well, I take my little scooper, or if I had a bucket, I would use a bucket, but we dive head first into the tank, and we scoop some up, bring it out, and we keep doing that till they're even. Yeah, that looks better. Well, that worked pretty good. We are loaded back up here. Another 115-ish acres worth of seed. Actually, this one won't go quite as far. This variety requires a higher planting rate. I put an order in for Subway before I started that because it's like a mile from here, so I'm gonna go pick that up real quick. So I got some dinner, and then we're gonna come back and keep planting. I'm gonna start a live stream, so that'll be good. All right, so we got quite a bit in that field to plant yet. Probably not quite 60 acres. Excuse me. And then there's another 40 right here. I don't know if we're gonna try and get all that done tonight. That's the plan. Dinner, we'll get to that in a minute. We are back planting. This hybrid, drastically different planting rate. Those are two opposite ends of the spectrum for me, so this is it's not gonna go as far, but that's irrelevant. It's yield per acre, not plants per acre that matter. So yeah, our map's gonna get much more colorful here. Some of this is getting planted at 40,000. Did I tell you we had a bearing go out on the disc today? I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not, but we had a bearing go out on the disc. So that's at the farm. They were working on it, but apparently it screwed up the bearing holder enough that they can't get the old bearing race out. So we don't have an extra holder down here. We had the bearing, but not the holder. There's a couple of the neighbors have the same disc. He asked me to call them to see if they happen to have an extra bearing holder. Neither of them did. Same situation. They have the bearing, not the holder. So we got to run to the dealer for that in the morning and get them. I also had somebody call me looking for 5 boxes of beans today, which is great, but I got to treat 5 boxes of beans. So we might do that tonight. We might do it tomorrow. I don't really know, but it's got to be done either tonight or tomorrow morning. Dad is down here. He went and got me another load of fertilizer, so that is there. But he's kind of sitting around with nothing to do, and so I told him to take my truck. He's going to unhook the seed tender, take that pallet of plot seed out of the back of the truck, and then he's going to head back, which means that Phil and I are here together, and whenever Phil decides he is done for the night, I'm done for the night, which is fine. He said he'd be here till at least 10 o'clock, and so that's, you know, our trip home. It'd be 11. That's fine. We'll get as much done between now and then as we can. Now, I'm gonna eat because I've been on the phone nonstop since the last time I filmed something, and I'm getting ready for a live stream here in a little bit. So we're gonna start that at 7. At 6:22 now. I better make a thing so people know I'm gonna do it. Yep. Dinner. Poor choice on the Subway. I think this is the worst Subway sandwich I've had in a long time. The bread is hard and terrible. On the bright side, I think they doubled the meat though because they knew it was a terrible sandwich. I did not pay for that. Whatever. At least their cookies are decent. Alright. We're just about to go live, my live stream. I got 3 minutes. I better go out and use the facilities before I can't get out and do that anymore. You know how when you're 4 and you're just learning how to use a bathroom, you can just drop your pants and pee outside whenever you want? Yeah, farmers, we never really grow out of that. Well, after an hour live stream, we're just about done with this field. So, my fertilizer tank is darn near empty, so when I finish this field, we're gonna go ahead and run back to the farm because my tender truck is over there. We'll load up with fertilizer. We should have enough seed to plant this next field without needing any of that. and we'll come back and try and knock it out another 40 acres tonight. So we're up to almost 91 acres here. There is that 5.5-ish acres left. That is where I went around that plot over there, so we'll worry about that tomorrow. Okay, we got, I don't know, 750 a gallon or so. We only need 500 for this field, so plenty. Let's go. So, you see this road right here? There's another road right there. That field across is the one Dad was disking in yesterday when we were moving. There's our nice housing developments. Apparently, they're going to put a roundabout in this intersection here. Yeah. I don't know when. I at one point heard they were going to start today, but then somebody else said, nah, they're going to wait until next year to do that. But either way, I mean, this is a dangerous intersection. There's a lot of accidents here, but can you imagine me pulling this rig and coming down that road, needing to go that way, and having to go 3/4 of the way around a roundabout? Yeah, that'll be fun. They are getting ready to do some construction along here, though, as you can see from the orange flags. They're going to do the same thing they did to that mile of road last year and put bike paths along it. Yeah, another mile down there is Secor Metro Park, one of the Toledo Metro Parks, and so they are trying to connect it with the road 2 miles north of here with bike paths. And so they're coming down this road, and it means all new culverts, and they widen the road, and they'll probably try and move those electric poles they did on the other mile. But I'm planting corn there. I'm on my side of the poles, and I'm in my field. We'll see how much crop damage they do. But I mean, I assume that those orange flags there are the road right away, and they are supposed to stay on that side of them. So yeah. Look at our sunset tonight. Nice. I got to looking at my map up here. I switched it to the singulation from the population, and I very quickly started noticing a pattern. You guys see it? Skip, 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 skip. Guarantee you there's a row plugged there. Looks like row 7 maybe. Right there. Pop it out of there with my little seed digger. Make sure there's no more. That'll do it. There's the little pile of seed that we get. See it? Let's see. That's how it works. That's why that precision monitor is kind of nice to have. The John Deere monitor wouldn't have shown me that. It's not 100% perfect, but that's pretty darn good singulation there. So we're running super high population, as you can see, and yeah, I'm happy with that. And now that's yellow because it doesn't know that we're supposed to be planting that high. It thinks we're supposed to be planting 34,900, but we're not. We're planting 38,000. Again, that's all hybrid here. Nice. I do suppose, though, it's about that time. I was hoping that I would see some other tractor somewhere so that I could win the light game, but I don't see any. Phil is far enough away I can't see his lights. So we are in a spot in the field where we are dropping 40,000 seeds per acre. Now there's not a lot of this area, but I just want to see how many seeds is that per second. So we're doing a 10-second timed seed drop test. 150 seeds in 10 seconds. That's 15 seeds per second. That's a lot. So you can see that area right there, the dark green. It's not a big spot, just right in here. It's the best spot in the field, which is why we do that, because it can handle it. Okay, I just got off the phone with Phil. He must have ran out of seeds, and he had about 15 or 13 acres left in the field that he was in, but he was heading back to the farm here in Berkey. However, I realized that when I get done with this field, I can get all the rest of the fertilizer off the truck and onto the planter. So I told him just unhook the tank, or the tender that he's got, and he's gonna head back and go home, and I'm gonna finish this field. I've only got 10 acres left here myself, and then we're gonna go back, we're gonna empty the fertilizer and take the semi back to Waldron tonight. Well, we've got our low tank warning on. Only 2 acres left, so we're going to be able to finish this. What that means, though, is that we're almost out of seed and fertilizer, so I think I'm going to jump across the road into that last field that we've got to do and plant just enough to run out the seed. That way we can load seed and fertilizer tomorrow and finish it all in one shot. All right, this field is done. There's actually 41.3 acres in this field. There can't be 2 acres worth of seed left in this planter, so we're going to pull in and plant some end rows basically and just empty the tanks out, and then we'll be done here for tonight. So we got a little bit of a narrow driveway to get out right here. Maybe if I'm making this road wider and doing this work, that'll make our driveway better. That'd be awesome. Well, I was wrong. There was actually 5 acres of seed in there. 4.99 we did, which is about exactly what we skipped for the plot over there. So my seed would have come out just about perfect if I had not skipped where that plot goes. But anyway, we're empty, and so we're gonna head back to the farm, throw our fertilizer in. I'm not messing around with the seed tonight because I'm not in that big of a hurry. And then we're gonna head back to Waldron, make a plan from there. It's 11:15, so it's getting sort of late. Ah, crap. Looks like once again we get to end our night with a problem. Dang it. So my hose here normally lays like this, and it's stretched. Oh yeah. We got a hole there. So this is gonna have to get cut off and reattached there. It's a fairly easy fix, but I don't really want to do it at 11:30 at night. But I got to get the fertilizer out of the truck before I can go home. That hose is pressurized, even with that valve closed. We're gonna have to take it apart here. I've got a quick connector and put this cap on, and then I can pump the fertilizer into there. Well, it wasn't quite as simple as sticking the cap on there. I had the wrong end, so I had to get a male-to-male adapter because I couldn't find a plug, and then put the cap on. So when this hose blew here, it kind of It kind of coated my planter in fertilizer, which is super corrosive, and that sucks. I don't have a hose down here. Our tanks over there by the barn are full of water, but I'll have to set up a pump or something to rinse it off. Not gonna happen tonight, maybe in the morning. Dang, that sucks. Oh well, this hose is old too. I probably should have replaced it. I don't think it's original to when I got the planter, so 2013. Yeah, I should replace it. We're gonna cut it off. It looks like right about here is where it starts getting good, and I should have enough extra length. We can just stick it on that hose barb and get through the rest of the season. Let's go home. I made it back. It's 12:30. Dad brought my truck back, right? He managed to lock the keys in it. Good thing we got lots of vehicles around here. Alright, I'm just taking the red truck home. It's not even worth going to get in my Ram that's down in my seed warehouse. So, thanks for watching today, guys. It was kind of, started out pretty crappy, but we ended up planting 220 acres today, so I guess that wasn't too bad of a day. Home stretch, we've got 2 more days of planting corn, 2 more relatively easy days if I can get more than just finished at Berkey tomorrow. The plan for tomorrow morning, I've got some beans that need to get treated. I thought about going and doing them tonight, but I'm tired, it's too late, so I'm just going home. I'll get up early in the morning, we're gonna treat some beans. I got 6 boxes we're gonna run through, and then we're gonna head back to Berkey. We're gonna plant that rest of that field of corn. We're gonna do the corn plot, and then we're gonna start moving back and hopefully get another, we'll have to look, but there's a 70-acre chunk that I would really like to plant tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully things go smoothly, and Phil can get finished planting beans down there tomorrow too. That would be awesome. So thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody. See you again in the morning, which is in like 5 hours.